Thanks, Bill. Helena Ponseti was born in Valencia and studied in Spain, England, and France. She received her undergraduate degree from Barnard College in New York City and her master's and PhD degrees from Columbia. She served as professor of Spanish language and literature and chair of the Spanish and Russian department at Grinnell College. She's taught me a lot about Cervantes. She is the world's preeminent Cervantes scholar, and I'm pleased to, as Helena knows, have quite a shelf of Cervantes. Helena and Ignacio met in 1960. In her biography of Dr. Ponseti, Homage to Iowa, she's written that sharing beliefs and having analogous emotional experiences brought them together. But more important was their boundless admiration for the United States and gratitude for the country which gave them opportunity and freedom to pursue their goals. It would be inappropriate not to recognize that Helena and Ignacio Ponseti gave back far more than they have received from the United States, and that they, throughout their lives, have given others the opportunity and freedom to pursue their dreams. Helena Ponseti.
On May 6, 1923, the 9-year-old Ignacio, dressed in a white suit for his first communion, wrote the following on the back of the keepsake card. To my dear Uncle Francisco and Aunt Maria, I send you this card as a memento of the happy day when my redeemed soul joyfully approached God. Thereafter, he was the altar boy every Sunday morning, until one day the priest told him to go fast because he had to catch a train to go hunting. And Ignacio, proceeding with the full conscience of the importance of what he was doing, went too slowly for the priest. And when they entered the sacristy, he got a strong slap in the face. You made me lose my train. Young Ignacio went home and declared to his mother he was never going back to church, and he never did. But the instinct to help, especially the very young, which started with his baby brother 5.5 years younger, lasted to the end of his life. Ignacio's relationship with his mother was unique. She trusted him completely, never interfered with whatever he wanted to do, hiking, for instance, in arid, dangerous mountains. She kept her anxieties to herself. She never scolded him either if he did something wrong. She simply explained the why, and he never did it again. Now, in our 40s, when we met, Ignacio acted with me just like his mother with him. During our first 23 years of our marriage, I had to commute to Grinnell 6 days a week, often in severe winter weather, which I did because I was the chairman of the Modern Foreign Language department, because I needed to look after my widowed mother, and because Grinnell and my colleagues would not let me go. The president said, teach whatever you want, come whatever number of hours you want, any days you want, but please don't go. So I stayed. I went to Grinnell for 23 years. And not once did Ignacio tell me he was anxious. But invariably, I found him sitting facing the front door of our apartment, waiting for me to appear. And by the way, I was the first commuter in Iowa, 65 miles or so, on a two-way highway, Road 6, where there were the interstate traffic that was that was from the east to Iowa City, and from Grinnell on, but the stretch I had to go on was Highway 6, where there was the interstate traffic, the local traffic, and the tractors. For the first 6 years. Afterwards, they completed the interstate, and it was much easier to go to Grinnell. I wasn't going to say this, but I think I'm going to add it. When he was in Spain, his teacher gave him a Linnaeus book. Linnaeus? Linnaeus? How do you pronounce it? You know, about plants and flowers and so on. And he was always, when we were hiking, he was always carrying this book with him and showing me, well, he knew it by heart, the book, anyway, but he wanted me to learn, so I learned a great deal about plants and flowers wherever we were going. And I wasn't going to say this again, but why not? When we met, and that was when I was 40, we were married in 41, he looked at my spine and he said, you know, your spine goes this way and back. You're going to have trouble. And I said, oh, but I wanted to go hiking. And that was the thing I wanted to do most, because I had never had a chance to go hiking because I wasn't allowed to by my mother. So I said, well, right now, let's go hiking. So we went hiking everywhere. And I couldn't go uphill unless I was carrying the knapsack full of stuff, because it just hurt too much. I couldn't go up. But if I had the knapsack, I had to make such an effort to pull my abdominals in that I could manage to go. And then, of course, I couldn't go downhill with the empty sack, because then my back would hurt. So he carried the empty sack, and he joked, you know, they'll think I am a wife driver. You're the one who's carrying everything, and I carry nothing. But you know, this happened for all the years that we were married, and since 1940 until 1966 at least, or 70, or longer. I don't remember. I've lost the sense of time. But the fact of the matter is that after all this hiking, my spine got straight and diffused by itself. And I have no trouble.